incarcerated. Specifically, there's one's through Airway Heights and then one for every other prison, but we kind of made a broad page for the COVID outbreak so that everybody's family members from different prisons can kind of let each other know what's going on, what prisons are doing what guidelines they're not listening to, and things like that. So the DOC had released a statement saying that all guards, it is mandatory for them to wear face masks. The ones at Airway Heights, the guards are refusing to give them face masks. They're also trying to implement social distancing. Okay, we all know what a fucking joke that is. And my fiance just informed me today that they brought in new inmates, which they're not supposed to be doing right now. They're not supposed to be transferring any inmates to where he's at because of the outbreak. They say they give them screenings, but you can actually be in an incubation period for up to 14 days, plus hence the 14-day quarantine that some countries are doing. He said that some cells now have 3 people in them because usually there's 4 or 2-man cells. The 2-man cells now have 3, which one person is sleeping on the ground, and 4-man cells have 5 with one person sleeping on the ground with the mat. There was a story that, there was a story on a Facebook page that somebody had posted about this guard at Airway Heights, or not a guard, sorry, there was a worker at Airway Heights who was wearing a face mask, like out in the yard, and the guards were making fun of him. And so by the end of his shift, he wasn't wearing it anymore. You know, his wife had made him these so he was safe, you know, because now with confirmed cases, you got to be careful. So the fact that the guards are refusing to wear masks and making fun of those who do, like, the inmates are not afforded masks. They're barely afforded soap. Okay, and that's scary because my fiance is 8 months into his sentence with 20 months left to go, and he was sentenced to 40 months, not life, or not death, you know, and that's basically what the guards are basically making it seem as though they don't care. They never cared before, so why would they care now about inmates, you know? I think that, for one, I think any guards in the units, in any specific unit, should strictly stay to that unit. Okay, they shouldn't be able to, you know, because they'll rotate guards so that guards don't become too familiar with the prisoners in that unit, because the inmates tend to take advantage of that, and so do guards, which is understandable in normal times. This is an unnormal time. This is unprecedented events that we're going through, hence needing unprecedented guidelines. So what I think is that any guard stuck at any, or assigned to any unit, should strictly be assigned to that unit for the remainder of this whole COVID outbreak thing. I think that a way that the guards might appreciate their lives and the lives of the inmates, I think they should have to stay in the prisons, like overnight. Like, you know, they don't have to be in prison cells, you know, they could be wherever the fuck ever, but I don't think they should be able to leave. I think anybody that's working for the prisons should be mandatory stayed. And why, if you can't leave on your day off, you know, fucking boo-hoo. The inmates can't leave, and you're risking them every single time you go outside of that prison and then coming back in. They are putting their lives at risk, and that's not okay. Because it's not fair the way that the DOC is dealing with all this. You see all these people being released from jails, and that's a lot riskier than releasing people from prison. I understand that prisoners are convicted felons, but people in jails, even whether they're non-violent or not, they're just unconvicted felons. So you're releasing people who are potentially more dangerous because they haven't gone through assessments and shit.